So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our discussion of planets through Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand our dear planet Mercury in the 9th house of the D9 chart. And what are going to be the fortunes and the misfortunes, positive and the negative aspect that are specifically connected with this placement. Let's try to understand in this particular video. First of all, you need to have some basic idea, understanding with regards to the functionings of the 9th house of the D9 chart and how it actually differs from the 9th house of the D1 chart specifically. See, 9th house of the Navamsha Kundali is actually the representation of the fortune. It's a combined bhagya, okay? Combined bhagya of you as a married person, okay? So, how your life is going to be taking turn after marriage, or even the kind of blessings which are going to be specifically present in your life is seen through this 9th house. This is also the house which is considered as one of the most auspicious houses. And if any planet sitting in the 9th house of the D9 chart, that planet is also bringing certain auspiciousness and auspicious results into your life. Now, if you want to check, okay, from which area these auspicious results are coming, you need to pay attention towards the zodiac sign of Mercury, because in this case we are discussing Mercury. So, look first of all where the zodiac sign of Gemini and Virgo, they are posited in the D1 chart. So, these particular houses or these particular areas, they are going to be representing the auspiciousness coming from that particular area. And even if you want to check the planetary timings actually, so the maturity age of planet Mercury at the age of 32, these auspicious results are actually going to be getting activated into your own life. Like for example, Mercury is forming connection with the quadrant houses, okay, it may be the 4th house and the 7th house. So, 4th house is the conveniences, it represents real estate, happiness. 4th house also is the house of the mental peace actually. And 7th house is the house of business, relationships, marriage, married life aspect. So, if the Mercury is forming connection with these areas in the 9th house, it means these areas are actually getting amplified and activated completely at its maturity. Even if you want to check whether I'm going to be having a selfless kind of a love, or there are going to be some selfish approach that is going to be present in between the relationship aspect, that part is also seen through this 9th house. Now, I mean to say that selfless or the selfish part, I'm specifically discussing the calculative love here, okay? Many a times have you seen individuals, they are having extremely calculative approach towards the love life. Like if I'm giving 20% of the love, you also need to give 20%. If I'm contributing 30% in this relationship, you also need to contribute 30%. So that is actually the calculative approach. That part is also seen through this 9th house. This is also the house which actually represents the traveling aspect of the native. And through traveling, what kind of results which are going to be coming, it's actually getting manifested through the planet which is sitting in the 9th house. 9th house is also the house of the combined struggle between the male and the female. Because if you check from the 7th house of the Navamsha Kundali, it's actually going 3 places away. So that is the combined struggle which you as a husband and wife, they are going to be facing in your life. And it's not only the combined struggle. If you are having any sort of common goals in your life, okay, it may be the common goal towards living a better life, or maybe any common goals with regards to spirituality, or doing some sort of improvement in the society. That part is also seen through this 9th house. So, 9th house pretty much represents many other things actually. Now, when first of all this Mercury energy is going to be coming in that 9th house, what is going to be happening? The calculative side of the love life will eventually going to be getting enhanced. And that is where these people, they tend to become pretty frustrated in the initial and in the beginning stages of their relationships, because Mercury is not a selfless planet, okay? Mercury is a little bit as a tricky, diplomatic, and you can also call it as a selfish graha, because Mercury is actually originally ruling the zodiac signs of the Gemini and the Virgo. So, if Mercury is posited in the 9th house, what is happening? The expectations are going to be extremely high. So, Mercury is going to be preset some sort of expectations from the other partner, okay? Like my partner need to be good looking, financially stable, this thing, that part, that, okay, these are the qualities which I'm particularly looking. And when Mercury is not finding that 100% things in the life, and that is where the Mercury frustration will eventually going to be coming out. And these people also have the capacity and capability to actually mold their love based over the experiences which they are receiving from the other people. Now, I'm not saying it's a positive thing or it's a negative thing, but this is quite a practical graha when it comes to taking the love side of the life. Second important point, Mercury, as I told you, it's actually the planet which also represents the communicative aspect, and Mercury is also the planet which is pretty much responsible for the intimacy between the two people. Whenever you are initially encountering any sort of relationship aspect with the opposite sex, so what kind of a spark that is going to be present between you and your partner is pretty much dependent over the Mercury, because this is a very fast moving graha, and in order for you to actually connect with the other person, Mercury is going to play a very important role in your life actually. And in the 9th house, what is happening, if this Mercury is in a very strong dignity, okay, by mean to say strong dignity, if it is in its own zodiac sign, and if it is even exalted, okay, in the sign of Virgo, or if it is posited into the friendly zodiac signs in the 9th house, then what is going to be happening, you will see all the positive qualities and the characteristics of the Mercury are going to be coming out. And that is where Mercury also here want to teach other person as a small child, like I know much better things than you, so it's better for you to learn from me. But on the other hand, if this Mercury is debilitated, or if it is in some of the most difficult zodiac signs, specifically the watery zodiac signs, and even in the fire zodiac sign, then what is going to be happening, it's becoming very difficult for this Mercury to actually accept what other person is trying to bring on the table, because Mercury is going to be having a lot of contradiction, or you can also call it as the conflicting of the ideas and the belief systems with the other person. Mercury have the capability of adaptability actually. So suppose there is one relationship aspect is coming and maybe certain failures are also coming at the same time, Mercury actually have the capability and capacity to learn from that even failed circumstances and have the capability to grow into the more better side of the life. Whereas I will tell you, if this Mercury is in the very weak dignity, what is going to be happening, the learning part of the Mercury is going to be totally absent up there. And that is where this Mercury want to form the interdependability totally over the other person. Like I'm not going to be doing anything in this relationship and I'm going to be putting all the bondage directly into your life, and that is one of the most negative side of this graha into the 9th house. Apart from this thing, if Mercury is forming connection with the money and wealth houses in both D1 and in the D9 charts actually. Now in the Navamsha Kundli, it's not only the 2nd and the 12th house which is considered as the money and wealth. 8th house and 10th house are also equally responsible in the D9 chart to help you to bring lot of financial stability into your life. Now, if for example, Mercury is forming connection with any of these houses, 2nd house, 11th house, 8th house and even in the 10th house, or even for example, the lord of these houses, they are forming connection specifically with this Mercury in the 9th house of the D9 chart, then what is going to be happening? The advantage from that particular area is also going to be coming into your life. And the significance of that other graha, like for example, Saturn is forming connection with Mercury. So Saturn significance is also bringing inside this Mercury, and the maturity age of Saturn, that is the 36th year, and Mercury 32nd year. So these two ages specifically, when you are going to be turning 32 and 36, you are going to be receiving some pretty much good advantage specifically from the monetary and the financial side directly into your life as well. Fourth important challenge with this Mercury, you are going to be facing with the spiritual aspects of the life, because pretty much what is going to be happening up there, if for example you are having the Ketu coming with this Mercury, or maybe Rahu coming with this Mercury, or if the Mercury is posited in suppose one zodiac sign and the depositor in which that Mercury is posited, if that is going somewhere into the watery zodiac signs, or if it is actually forming some sort of a connection with the Dushtana houses, 6th, 8th and the 12th house. Like suppose Mercury is posited in the sign of Aries. Now Aries is ruled by Mars. Now suppose Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer, okay. So it's actually a watery zodiac sign. or it may be Mars is posited in the Dushtana houses, then what is going to be happening? This Mercury pretty much failed to adjust with the spiritual side of the life, and that is where the balance between the like up to what extent I need to go for the spiritual direction of the life, or up to what extent that family life or that Grihastha Jivan is going to be important for me, Mercury will not be able to draw any set of boundaries up there. And that is one of the most negative trait of this Mercury, which is actually coming into the 9th house. Apart from this thing, there is no any other major negative side of this Mercury. Mercury pretty much even have the capability to balance out with the energy, okay, irrespective of the zodiac sign. If it is posited in which zodiac sign, it actually have the capacity to grasp that energy into the positive side and have the capability to turn it into the positive direction. This is also the house which actually represents the common goal of you being as a husband and the wife, and as I told you, the common challenges which you are going to be facing. So this is the also I told you, traveling is also going to be seen through this house. Now most of the time I will tell you, any traveling related event, it may be from the personal reasons or it may be happening from the professional reasons, actually have the capacity to bless you with many other things into your life. Because as soon as you start to travel from one place to some new place or maybe some other place, now traveling might be happening from the personal or it may be happening from the professional reasons, you will find certain vacuum is going to be created inside you. Vacuum means the emptiness or the empty space, and that emptiness or that empty space is very important for this Mercury in order to fill certain new experiences or certain new things into your own life. So pretty much I will tell you, this is quite a strong Mercury in the 9th house. Even if it is with the Rahu and the Ketu axis, this actually have the capability to balance out the energy into the most positive side of the life. But here it's better for you to learn to actually manage or try to like draw some boundaries, like up to what extent I'm going to be going towards this Grihastha ashram, or up to what extent the need of spirituality is going to be there. Because Mercury failure to draw the line is a complicated part here. Because understand one thing here, it's not only the intimacy, your emotional compatibility or the love compatibility that is going to be playing an important role in the relationship or the marriage. Yeah, these are the very important factors, okay, and please don't ignore these factors. But at certain point, okay, there is going to be some stage which is going to be coming where you are actually going to be in that sort of a position where you have known other person from the very deep side after 2, 3 or 4 years of the relation. Now here what is happening, there is nothing left to explore up there, and Mercury want that exploration most of the time, and that is where the need of spirituality is coming, and that is where the need for some common goal and objective is also going to be important with this Mercury. If you with this Mercury will have the capabilities to set some common goals, it may be the goals with regards to doing some charity in certain hospitals, maybe some spiritual sanctuaries, or maybe towards the animal welfare. Setting any set of spiritual goal with this Mercury will eventually help you to create a more prosperous and happy relation into the longer duration of the time. So this is the analysis from my side with regards to Mercury placement, and I hope you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. If you are having any queries, any consultations with regards to Mercury or any other planetary placement, or maybe if you require some detailed astrological consultations with regards to marriage, career, business, or maybe money and wealth, so don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure to also subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video, and you can send me super thanks also if you find some small insights in this video and the message which I want to deliver to you people specifically. And I'm going to meet you very soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye and Hare Krishna.